Hello everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to solve any math problem in 5 techniques. So the first technique we're going to be using is drawing a picture or a diagram. So this is very useful because when you're doing stuff like, for say this question that I'm going to read out loud right now, you will need to draw a picture or a diagram. There are specific types of diagrams in picture, and in this one you will be using a tree diagram. So the question is, the 8 teams of the City League will determine the season's champion with a single elimination tournament. That is, a team will be out of the tournament after one loss. How many tournament games will the championship team have to play? I'll repeat the question one more time. The 8 teams, so there's 8 teams in total, of the City League will determine the season's championship with a single elimination tournament. So that means if this team will be out of this competition or tournament, it will be out of the competition or tournament in one loss. That is a single elimination tournament. So there are 8 teams. That's very important, and it's a single elimination tournament. And also, the question is asking how many games all these 8 teams have to play to find out the champion. So for this one, we're going to draw a diagram. So it's the most simple method to solve this problem. There are many methods to solve a problem, like maybe something else, but this is the most simple method and the method that I would prefer you guys to do. So first, we're going to draw a tree diagram, sorry. So there are going to be some rounds in the game, of course. So in the first round, there's going to be 8 people. Let me make some more space because we'll need to draw the whole diagram. So I'm going to put an X to represent one person. So X, 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 X. So there are 8 X's. Now let's say these 2 teams verse each other. So we'll draw a tree diagram, just like that. And we'll keep doing that because only 2 teams can verse at a time. Now, out of these two teams that are versing each other, only one can be a winner. And so we'll put only one X. Same here and for all the others. Now, these 2 teams will have to play each other, and this would be round 2. So they 2 verse, these 2 teams verse. And then there can only be one winner out of these 2 teams, so X and X. And now finally, there are 2 teams that will verse each other and one champion. So this is asking how many tournament games this team will have to play. So what it means by tournament games, actually in the question, it's asking how many rounds. So this would be round 1, this side. This would be round 2, and this would be round 3, and this would be the champion. So the answer to this question is 3 rounds. So drawing a picture or a diagram is really helpful in solving any problem. Next, we're going to move on to the next topic that will help you solve a problem. So the next way you can do solving any problem is by making an organized list. So this is also very helpful, but remember, you can solve a math question in different ways, and you can solve it in a way that's easy to you. But these methods are super simple and it's very easy to learn, so I really recommend doing this way. So now we're going to make an organized list, and I'll show you an example of a question. So this one is, the question is, 3 darts are thrown at the target shown below. I'll draw the target in a moment, please wait. So 3 darts are thrown at the target shown below. Assume that each of the darts land within one of the rings or within the bull's eye. How many different total points are possible? So if you didn't understand it without the picture, don't worry, I'll reread it after I finish drawing it. So it's basically like the dartboard game. I'm pretty sure you may have played it before. So it looks like this, and then there's like 9 points for the center one, 4 points for this one, and 3 points. So I'll repeat the question. 3 darts are thrown at the target shown below. Assume that each of the darts land within one of the rings or within the bull's eye. How many different point totals are possible? So this is the dartboard, and there are only 3 darts thrown at the board. So that means there's 3 possible point values per total. So we're gonna first do a 3 darts hit at the bullseye. The bullseye is basically the most center part of this, which is this part. So we're gonna make an organized list. So we're gonna first do 3 darts hit at this place, which would be 9 plus 9 plus 9, which is equal to 27. That's our first one. Now I'm gonna divide this, and now we're gonna do if 2 darts hit the bullseye. So only 2 darts, not all 3. So then we would get the possibilities of 9 plus 9 plus 4, or 9 plus 9 plus 3. And the total sums are 22 and 21. Now we're going to see if only one dart was able to make it to the bullseye. So then we would get 3 possible choices, which would be 9 plus 4 plus 3 and 9. They're not asking for the different order because they're asking for the sum. So the order really doesn't matter. So you can write it in any order you want. So now we're going to see a one with 0 darts that hit the bullseye. So they only hit the 3 and 4 in this thing. So we would be able to get 4 plus 4 plus 4, which we would get 12. And then there's 4 plus 4 plus 3, 11. And then there's 4 plus 3 plus 3, which is equal to 10. And there's one more, which is 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is the lowest sum, 9. Now, this is our organized list. I know it's a bit not organized, but we just arranged it in different categories, and now it's easy to find all the sums. So there's one sum here, so let's add them up. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, and 6 plus 4, 10. So the answer is 10 sums. Now we're going to move on into the next method to solve a math question. So this method is a really nice method. It's not that time consuming. It's very similar to making a list, but it's not making a list. So this one's actually making a table. I'm going to move this to the next page. So making a table is also very helpful, but these methods are for different types of math questions, so you can also use different math methods as well, and I would really like to know what the methods are, so please tell me in the comments. Anyway, the next method is making a table. So I'm going to give you an example question. So the example question here is, suppose that you roll 2 number cubes, each of which has faces numbered from 1 through 6. What is the probability of rolling a sum of 8 in the uppermost faces? So basically, they're asking, if you roll 2 dice, which are obviously numbered 1 through 6, each dice, they're asking how much are you going to get 8 on the first one. So like, how much are you the total sum of the 2 dices, that has to be 8. So to solve this problem, you need to find how many are only for the 8, none others. This can be really time consuming if you use a different way. So this way is also pretty time consuming, but is shorter than all the other ones. So for this one, we are going to do it. So first we're going to write the little table. So it's numbered from 1 through 6. This is going to look like a multiplication table or something. So I'm going to put 6 of these because there's going to be 6 on the top and 6 on the sides. I think that's 6. So this, we're not going to put anything in the corner. We're going to start from here. 1, 2, 2. Oh, I think I need more. 5, 6. Yeah, I'll make these a bit longer. Add 2 more. 5. And lastly, 6. Because the number cubes are only numbered from 1 through 6. So now we're going to write the possible sums. So 1 plus 1, 2. It's just like filling any old multiplication table, except this time we're adding. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 4, 5, 1, 5, 6. 1 plus 7 is, 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 plus 1, I believe. Oh, no, yeah, 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 plus 2, so we're going to add these two, 4. 2 plus 3 is 5. You can imagine this as if like it's a coordinate plane in case you have a hard time remembering which 2 numbers to add, like me. So I just imagine this as if it's a coordinate plane, and that's how I know. So 2 plus 4, 6, 2 plus 5, 7, 2 plus 6, 8. So we got one sum of 8 here, but we need to find all of them. So let's continue adding. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, we got another 8 and a 9. Now 5. We're gonna get 6. Let me make this line longer. And we got another 8 over there. This would be 10. Now we're gonna add with 5 plus 1, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we got another 8. Now last, another 8 there too. So now we can just easily count how many 8s are there and find the answer. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 8s. So that means there are 5 sums, because the question was asking the sums of the 2 dices. That would make 8. So 5 sums is our answer. Next, let's move on to the next method. So this would be method number 4. So method number 4 is breaking down the problem into simpler methods. Simpler problems, not methods. Silly me. So we're going to break down like the problem into simpler problems. Breaking down the problem to smaller ones. This is, oh, why is it number 3? It's number 4. Something's happening. Sorry about that. There you go. So this is also very helpful, indeed. And also you can solve a lot of these, and it isn't very time consuming into this. So let's look at an example. So the houses on Main Street are numbered consecutively from 1 to 150. How many house numbers contain at least one digit 7? So there are 150 houses. They're numbered from 1 to 150 on the doors. And then they're asking how many 7s are there. So we're going to break this down into smaller questions. So the first question is, how many 7s are there from 1 to 10? So there's only one 7, so we're going to just put 1. Now we're going to see how many 7s are there from 11 through 99, because these are all the 2-digit numbers. So there would be 1 7 per each 10, but we already took 1 for the first 10 numbers. So 1 7 per each 10, that would be, did you get it? Yeah, 9. But don't forget the 70s, 70, 71, 72, they all have 7s. So we're going to do 9 plus 10, which would be 19. Now we're going to see how much are there from 100 through 150. And that would be, I believe, oh yes, yeah. So that would be 7 per each 10, again, for this. And there's no 77 in this because it's only 100 through 150. So we're going to do 107, 117, 127 to 50. So that would be 5, I think. 107, 117, 127, 137, 147. We're not counting 157 because that's more than 150. So we get 5. Now let's add this together. So 19 plus 1 plus 5. So we get 25. Oh, wait, sorry guys. I think when I was writing this, I accidentally counted 1 because then the last one, there would only be, there wouldn't be 9. Like the 10 is from the 70 through 79, but there's only 9, not 10. So that was my mistake. So we're going to subtract 1 from this, and we get 24, which is the correct answer. So 24 houses. So be very careful when solving these problems because you may make silly mistakes like me, because we're all humans, right? Now we're going to move on to the next question. So the next question, or the 5th way of solving a math problem, is finding a pattern. So patterns are very useful. You've learned them since you were young and everything, and they're super useful. Like patterns, they can teach you a lot of stuff, and they have a very simple way of solving this. So I'm gonna put this in the next page, maybe. So patterns, I'm gonna write it in pen. Okay, whatever. So we're just gonna go to, so patterns, which is our 5th method, finding a pattern. It's very simple. You may seem like, why are we learning this? This is so simple. It's actually really useful to solve some complex problems. Not finding a problem, pattern. So let's see the question. So the first question is, what is the sum of the following series? 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus so on plus 97 plus 99. So it's basically adding all the odd numbers from 1 through 99, which is a lot. So this looks like a really tedious exercise, but let's see how to make it simple by finding a pattern. So let's see. 1 is the first number, right? And sum is 1. And then after that, it's 1 plus 3. The sum is 4. Then the sum is 1 plus 3 plus 5. It equals 9. Are you seeing a pattern here? I am. It's the square roots, the perfect squares, not square roots. So let's see if the pattern continues on. So 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 is equal to 16. Yeah, the pattern is continuing. So now it's going to be really easy. So now we can easily solve this because all we need to do is find the square root. So there's 2 numbers, so that's why the square root is 4. 4 numbers, the square root is 16. 4 times 4 is 16. So now we're going to see how many odd numbers are there from 1 to 99. There's 50. So now we need to find the 50 squared, which is equal to 2,500. And 2,500 is the answer. It wasn't that very simple. Using these 5 methods, you can easily solve any problem. And don't forget to watch my next video where I describe 5 more methods on how to solve more problems. So, if you enjoy this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.